What's up guys, Eli here, back for a new stuff video. This is actually going to be a all from a trade I did with my good buddy Sergio. He lives in Spain. He runs a record label called Nebular Carcoma, or Carcoma, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, with a sub-label also called Lunar Apparition. He releases mostly black metal, if not entirely black metal. I've actually only seen black metal on the label. So, I think it's fair to say it's a black metal label. This is a trade that I did with him recently, and I just got my stuff in the mail the other day, and I was super excited. It also came delivered by DHL, and it came really, really quick. My mind was blown. I'm going to start off with a few items in particular because I actually have copies of these for sale. I grabbed some extra stuff just because I figured maybe it'd be cool to get some of this to people in the US without having to pay Spanish shipping. So I have 3 releases you guys can actually buy from me. They are actually, they're brand new CDs, sealed and everything. So we'll just start off with that. That way, if you don't watch the whole video, you might see something that you'd like to purchase. This band right here has kind of like garnered a lot of praise. I've always wanted to check them out. I've never heard them yet. But I'm talking about the mysterious US black metal band called Lampre. This album is their 2018 album. This version was actually released in 2021. It's The Alchemy of Cursed Blood. Originally released on Perverse Homage record label. So I've seen a lot of buzz for this band. So I figured it'd be cool to get to have some of these for sale. Like I said, for people that don't want to pay Spanish shipping. I also have another one. So these all 3 of these bands I've actually never heard. I've heard of them, but this next one is called Velo Misery or Velo Misery. I'm not really sure. Sorry. Another black metal band. This band is out of Spain. So there's the title of the album right there. Also released on Lunar Apparitions. This is a band that formed in 2016, and this is their first full length from 2021. And the last one I have for sale is Aversio Humanitatus, another black metal band out of France, or Spain, sorry. This is their live album, Silent Dwellers. So this band formed in 2010. This is a live album from 2021. Also comes with a patch. Digipack, that last one was a Digipack as well. So if you guys want to purchase any of those, $10 a piece plus shipping. I'm thinking if you want all 3, $27 for all 3. We'll figure out shipping depending on where you live, but anywhere from probably $4 to $6. Let me know if you want any copies of those. Now the stuff that I have that's not for sale, make sure you note that part, not for sale. These last remaining items. I got a couple t-shirts from him because I figured this would be a really cool chance to get these, as you know, I'm not real big on ordering things from overseas, just not because they're not reliable, but just because of the shipping costs. I'm kind of a cheap bastard. Don't get me wrong, I have ordered from other countries plenty of times. I just try to avoid it when I can. Had to get this Nocturnity shirt. Nocturnity are one of the best black metal bands out of Greece, not just now, but literally ever. Check that out. Beautiful, isn't it? It's got a back print. You can get these from the label. Like I said, it is you will have to obviously pay Spanish shipping. So, and I got this Muspelsheimer shirt. Muspelsheimer, black metal band out of Sweden. I consider this band to be one of the bands that kind of carry the torch for that early 90s, early to mid 90s, Norse black metal. They are one of the best modern black metal bands, I would have to say, by far. Amazing. So I've never had any L4 stuff. If you've never heard of L4, it is I believe it's a one-man black metal band out of Spain. Black metal / kind of dungeon synthy black metal. Very, very much summoning inspired. There are a lot of bands that kind of play summoning-esque black metal. Summoning were kind of like the first band to do that. There have been a lot of bands that have followed them. Not many of them have touched the quality of summoning, but I do believe L4 is one of the few that actually have competed, for lack of a better word, with summoning. So this is one of the most recent releases that he's put out. This is actually a self-released album from 2021. It's called Archaic. Comes out on this cool A5 digipack. Beautiful, beautifully done. This was self-released, by the way, so I guess you'd have to get it from either from L4 himself or a label or a distro that has it. I don't know if Sergio has any other copies. Discogs might be your best bet, hoping, or assuming that you don't get price gouged. But yeah. So if you like summoning and you've never heard L4, definitely check him out. I think, dude, if you buy anything from L4 and you're a summoning fan, if you don't like it, I will buy it back from you. That is a satisfaction guaranteed type situation. So yeah, definitely look into L4. I've followed them for a long time, or him, I should say, and I've never managed to pick up anything until now. So I'm glad to finally, crack the seal, so to speak. These are actually all bands that I've always wanted to get stuff from and never have. Yeah, this was a really good trade for me. Next, we have repressing, a CD pressing of the debut Moonblood demo from '94. This came out 2021 on a label called Misanthropia Discos, limited to 500 copies. So yeah, the Moonblood demo. If you've never heard Moonblood, I don't know what to tell you. They are kind of like one of the most underground cult black metal bands. They came out of Germany in the early 90s. They have a large number of demos and rehearsals that are considered really hard to get a hold of. And there's a reason for that. Those demos and rehearsals were never meant to be in the hands of anybody other than friends of the band. The band themselves, they only made those demos and rehearsals to figure out which songs would be best on their full-length albums, of which they only have 2 of. But yeah, so those demos and rehearsals were never meant to be. They were never for sale. They were never meant to be for sale. Moonblood didn't really want those out in the general public, just because they felt like it was unfinished music, basically. The only reason why they have started to allow certain things to be re-released is because they noticed that people were bootlegging it, so they figured if people are going to bootleg our material, we might as well get some official shit out there. So I have not listened to this yet. I've heard a shitload of Moonblood, but I've never heard this demo, so I love this little parental advisory poor sound. Can't wait to hear that. I do like Moonblood a lot. I've heard almost all their stuff over the years, just never owned it, so yay for me. Another album, a cult classic black metal album that I've wanted to own for fucking years. We're talking about the debut album. Originally came out in 1995 from Necromancer, one of the best Italian black metal bands. If you like Mortuary Drape, I think Necromancer are easily on par with anything Mortuary Drape have ever done. And I'm a fan of Mortuary Drape, but Necromancer are a little bit underrated, I would say. So yeah, this version came out in 2011 on Funeral Industries. This originally came out in '95 on Unisound, which is a super cult black metal label from back in the day. This album is a underground Italian classic, definitely one of my favorites. So I've seen the original. The original booklet has almost nothing in it, so this might be worth getting if you're, a mega fan and you just want something that has a little more substance. This has a bunch of really, really cool photos of the band. I'll kind of just show you a few. Yeah, this booklet is beautifully done, definitely lovingly done by a fan, I'm sure. This is, just spectacular. I would say get this, even if you have the original pressing, I'd say get this just for the photos, because, this might be something that, you want in your collection. I've just shown you all the cool stuff, but hey, you need to own it, right? So anyways, Necromancer. Check them out. One of the best black metal bands ever to come out of Italy. Hands down. Another classic black metal album I've wanted to own for years, maybe at this point even almost decades. We're talking about Triumphator with Wings of Antichrist. This album originally came out in 1999. Band was formed in 95. This is the 2017 Shadow Records re-release. It's a digipack, so I'll admit that's, you know, that right there is kind of but whatever. I'm just glad to finally have this album. This is definitely an underground classic of Swedish black metal. I mean, this band is kind of very well known for having the current vocalist of Marduk. This is a band that he did pre-Marduk. He was already in Funeral Mist as well, but this was a one and done album for the band. They also have like a demo and maybe an EP, I can't remember. But if you're a fan of, you know, early Swedish black metal, you know about this. You probably own it. But if you don't own it, this is a must-have album for Swedish black metal fans. And last but not least, yet another an album from another band that I've listened to many times over the years and just never picked anything up from. We're talking about out of France, Mutilation. Mutilation are probably the best known band out of the LLN, Les Legion Noir, Black Legions out of France from the early to mid 90s. One of the most prolific and definitely most well known. Most of those bands just did demos and stuff, but Mutilation actually had full-length albums along with demos and EPs, and definitely the longest lasting band out of that scene. This was a solo project of Maynok. I shouldn't say solo project. Let me take that back. Started by Maynok, original member. He did have some band members over the years, but he was the one that was, you know, he started it and he was the one that was always there. He had other projects in the LLN as well, as all those guys did. So yeah, this is their second full length. Originally came out in '99. Band formed in '91, but this is the 2017 Drakkar Productions re-release. So you all know Mutilation. If not, definitely check them out if you like that early, you know, depressive black metal sound. Mutilation will scratch that itch every single time. I would actually go as far as to say Mutilation are kind of like one of the pioneering bands of depressive black metal. So anyways, guys, that's all I have. Like I said, feel free to leave a message if you want to order any of those 3 albums that I showed at the beginning. And other than that, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by. We will talk soon. Cheers. Louis says hello.